It's our new music. Welcome to this Just In with this Just In. Justin Core as your host. This is a show where we take a deeper dive into the stories that matter to you most and let you get to know some of the people who bring you those stories a little better. Our guest today, I don't know how we booked her in our second ever episode. This is wild. Joining me in the KTVB Plus studio, it's Idaho's mom, Maggie O'Mara, my partner in crime, my co-anchor on Wake Up Idaho. Maggie, first off, did I pronounce your name correctly?
You did, since we've known each other for over 20 years.
Over 20 years. We'll talk about that more in a second.
Okay.
But Maggie O'Mara, not Maggie O'Mara or Maggie
You're
O'Mara.
Confuse yourself again. Justin got confused. He could not pronounce my name one day. He had a brain fog or a senior moment. What do you think it was?
I got the yips where it's like I had just done it apparently perfectly for so many years. I'm like, wait, how do you do that again?
I know. Isn't that funny? Well, it's because one of our new anchors has a hard time pronouncing it. So we kind of joked about that. And then Justin, that happened to you. So that might have been karma.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. That'll teach me. So, Margaret O'Hara, you are Idaho's mom. That's often how I describe you.
Yes. I don't know if I qualify for that.
Do you think you? I think you do.
Do you?
Because I think you give off that energy.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, I definitely am a mom. I mean, I have 5 kids, so yes, but I have no idea what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Most of the time, so I feel like a rookie. I really do.
Maggie.
But I think all parents feel that way, right? I mean, you never get it down. You never get this parenthood thing figured out. Every day is new and different.
So that's maybe bad news or good news for you out there, whatever you think. So we're going to talk about your 7-0 and your good news in a second. First, though, let's talk about that. On the very first show we ever did, we had on Joe Paris, an expectant father, and I didn't think he was scared enough of being a dad.
Oh, dear.
He was like... Yeah. he was like, nah, this is going to be easy. Maggie, first off, it's delightful. We're both parents.
Yes. Very blessed.
Very blessed. It's awesome, but it sure ain't easy.
Well, I wouldn't say it's easy, no. There are ups and downs, right? It's like a roller coaster. It's like a roller coaster of love, right? There's ups, there's downs. There's just chaos. Someone's barfing once in a while. Right? I mean, it's
just... all the time.
All the time in my house with young ones. But honestly, it's just a roller coaster of love. That's the best way to experience it because you love them so much, right?
Yeah.
You will do anything for these little people and big people.
Yes.
You'll do anything for them. And Joe is about to experience the greatest love of all. Mm-hmm. Not to quote Whitney Houston. But I just did.
Why not?
But I mean, really, it is truly the greatest love of all. You think your spouse is the greatest love of all, and then you have a child, and you're like, wow, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's even more powerful. So Joe's about to experience that.
No, and my wife, when our first was born, she was like, I just want to do absolutely everything for them.
I know.
Everything. And it's like, you just feel that immediately. It's like,
you do. It's mind-blowing. It's a mind-blowing kind of love. Yes. So he's going to experience that, and he's going to get to ask us what we did with a 6-week-old who won't sleep and that kind of stuff.
It's like, brother, you just don't sleep.
You just stay up 24 hours a day. That's what you do. But no, parenthood, boy, one of the greatest joys of my life, if not the greatest. Yeah.
And besides, of course, co-anchoring with Justin Core on Wake Up Idaho.
And co-anchoring with you. Of course.
Every morning on KTVB.
We should talk about that a little bit because we're so lucky. We've worked together for many years. You've come and gone.
Yes.
But now you're back and we're teamed up for life. Justin has agreed to never leave me.
Absolutely. That is not a binding agreement.
I don't think he did, but I just said that.
Now it's on tape, so I can never leave. My very first job in the industry was in, I don't want to date you, but it was more than a couple decades ago.
Yes.
So I guess I did. You were like 6 years old anchoring.
I was
Wake
a
Up Idaho.
child anchor.
I was a producer. I was still in college.
Yeah.
You were anchoring then. I was producing for you.
I know. I remember. And I was a baby anchor myself. I didn't know what I was doing. What was going on? What was going on back then?
You figured it out.
We figured it out. We figured it out together. Yeah. You know, it's just like those young years in the business when you're just starting out. You're just trying to figure it out, right? And people, I remember, would write in, who is this new girl? She's too young to be on TV. I mean, it was so funny, and I was young. I mean,
You're
I was
still too young. You're still too young to be on TV.
Thank
but
you, but
no.
no.
I'm
I
just
mean,
kidding.
I was very young, and I was very inexperienced, and I just had to work my way through the ranks and figure it out.
But I think you always had it figured out on some level, Maggie. Just because you cared about what you were doing, you cared about people, you cared about the community.
True, and I love to tell stories. I love
Yes.
to tell the stories of the people that we live with, our neighbors, our friends, people we don't know. I mean, I just love to give people a voice, so I've always loved that. Yeah.
Yeah. And we have some newer, fresher faces at the station right now at KTVB, but it's like all of them have those same qualities.
They do.
Yeah. They
All
care
of
about
the
telling
people
stories.
we have hired, they care about their work.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key to being a successful journalist, is truly caring about being fair, objective, and putting out great quality work every day. And I think we have a really good team right now.
Yeah.
It's a young team. It's a good team. It's a solid team. We are growing. Channel 7's going through some changes, right? We've had a lot of people retire. And, there's a lot more work to be done. And we're doing it
but
day after
not
day.
Maggie. Maggie will never retire.
Well, I can't retire. I have a 6-year-old. I mean, there's no retiring for me. And, I have a lot of years till then.
But if you have say if all your kids are on a sports scholarship, then you don't have to worry about paying for all that. You could
that's
retire
true. I didn't think about that.
tomorrow.
But that's a dream. I mean,
your eldest, already a mountain of a man.
he is. He's a big boy.
At very young. Yes.
Yes. 14 years old, 6'4". Huge. I don't know how
Wow.
it happened.
You don't want to share his weight, but he's all muscle.
Yeah, well,
6'4", all
Yes.
muscle, Cash.
hey, he's on the O-line. That's how he should be, right?
Yeah.
Big and burly.
That is so awesome. As you know, I actually played on the O-line
I
for
know you
Eagle
did.
High, just
I
like
know
he
you
is,
did.
way long ago.
Well.
Back when you're now brother-in-law.
I know, was the
Was
coach. We
coaching.
have that in common, too. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
But you grew up, born and raised here in the
Not-
Treasure Valley.
not born,
Well,
but-
you're right. You weren't born, but you came when you were a little boy.
Yes.
And you've been here ever
100%.
since.
Grew up here, yeah. Meridian Middle, Centennial High, Eagle High, Boise State.
I love that.
It's incredible. But yeah, that's why I care about this community. That's why
Yes.
everybody here cares about this community.
So
Even
true.
if you weren't born into it, they chose it.
That's right. We chose it.
They chose to be
We
here.
chose it.
Again, you got 5 kids.
I do.
That seems like too many for me.
It is a lot. It may be too many for my husband. Yeah, they range in age from 14 down to 6. So
That's a good span.
I had a
That's
baby
nice.
every 2 years for about 8 years. It was wild.
You were on quite the streak.
Yes, I was on a streak. And it's been amazing. I have 4 boys and a girl. It is the joy, like I said, of my life. And my greatest accomplishment, no doubt, is those children.
Yeah, and that's saying something because you've accomplished a lot here.
Well-
You've done some incredible work. Everybody tunes in to see you, and everybody, when I see them out at the grocery store or wherever, and they manage to recognize me, when I'm not suited and booted and my hair's down, they're like, oh, "What's Maggie O'Mara like?" And I'm like, "What's that Margaret O'Hara like?" And I'm like, "She is just like you see on TV.
Yeah.
You're just."
I hope
You're
so.
just
I
yourself.
tried. I mean, that's who I want to be. When I came here, I remember, back in the day, a lot of people were news anchors, right?
Yes, trying to do the Cronkite thing,
Good
right?
evening and welcome
Good
to the
evening.
news. Well, I decided, I'm just going to be myself
Yeah.
and take it or leave it. If people like it, great. If they don't, maybe I'll move to another market, another station, if they don't like me here. But it all worked out in the end. I just think being authentic is so important. Being yourself, letting people into your life, letting people get to know you.
Yeah.
It only creates a stronger connection with your viewers, with your community, and people want to feel that friendship with
Yeah.
you. They watch you every day. They wake up, they have their coffee with us, and they want to feel that connection to us. And I think we both are ourselves on the news.
Well, speaking of that connection,
Yeah.
you do weekly stories
I do.
called Seven's Heroes.
Yes.
And we'll get to good news as well, which you do regularly. First,
Mm-hmm.
talk to me about that. What is it for anyone who doesn't know?
Well, 7-0 is an incredible franchise that I've been doing, and since I got here, so it's been over 20 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been amazing. So every week I feature a hero in the community. It could be someone who saved a life. It could be someone doing something awesome for someone else. It could be someone making a difference in their community. There's so many different people that qualify as heroes. Sometimes it's groups of people. Sometimes it's an entire football team, like this week. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But that's what it is. And so many people send me ideas now that I'm just constantly flooded with incredible ideas from you, our community. And you want these stories to be told, and I work on making sure that happens. So there's so many incredible things happening in this community, so many stories to tell. And I wish there was more time to tell the good things, right?
Right.
Because we have a lot of depressing stuff in our newscast. That's just
I've
part
noticed.
of the news.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
so sometimes I wish I could have a whole, block for 7-0. And sometimes it is a whole block because it might be a story that takes a little bit longer to tell. So
Yeah, and people have said that a lot. That it's like, man, I used to watch the news, but I don't do that anymore just because it's all bad news. It's all,
Yes.
death, destruction,
Yeah.
and tragedy. And you're 7-0. Hello, I mispronounced that now.
You forgot
I'm
what
in
it's
my
called.
head.
You
I'm in my
forgot.
head. I
Yeah.
remembered. Relax. 7-0 is so important, balancing that and making
Yes.
people understand that even with all these terrible things happening, that there are still so many good people out there. And
Yes.
in the end, like, the good people way outnumber the bad, and the good things way outnumber the bad.
We have to bring out the light. We
Yeah.
have to bring out the light, especially right now. As you know, I'm not sure you're aware, but we're in an election season. People are very anxious.
For
Did you know that?
ACHD?
No, for the president and
also
other
for
offices that are important to everyone here in our community. And, there are definitely two sides to that in our
Yeah.
community. There's one side, there's the other side. I like to bring people together as
Yeah.
much as I can, right?
Yeah.
We might have different political beliefs, but we're still Idahoans. We still are neighbors. We're still community members.
Mm-hmm.
So I just want to bring people together as much as I can and to create as much joy as I can.
Right.
We are in a position to do that, so let's do it.
Yeah. And we'll still do all those political stories.
We
Talk
have
about
to.
all the big
Yes.
issues. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry if you were hoping otherwise.
Yeah.
We'll definitely still be doing those.
We can do it all.
But also, again, 7-0, good news as well. Talk to me about this latest week.
Well, this week we featured Kuna High School's football team because they have a new head coach from Texas. His name is Bo Smith. They brought him in, and he brought a mentoring program called The Tribe with him. So he started this at Kuna High School with his varsity football players and maybe a few others. But what he does is he teams up a varsity football player with an elementary school student. And they become buddies, right? They exchange letters during the week. The football player will go to the little kids' activities, maybe an Optimist football game, a piano recital, go meet them at school, have lunch with them, and they develop a relationship. And then on home game nights, those kids all get to come to the game, which is just incredible. They run out of the helmet. They get to do the national anthem. They enjoy all of that with the team. Wow. And it's just really beautiful and really special. And they're making that community connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's, if we can, Andy, let's take a look at that.
Yeah. Brody Lovelace is a senior at Kuna High School.
Today, we came to all the elementary schools, all of us seniors did.
And he's a proud member of the football team.
We greeted all the kids as they got to the school. We opened car doors for them and just helped them get to school, get to class today, and seems like the kids loved it.
He and some of his teammates are here at Silver Trail Elementary, making the kids feel special.
Good morning.
They're all part of the Tribe.
The Tribe, it's this program where we get to connect with the elementary school kids and kind of like introduce them to the team and like what we're about.
Kuna football head coach Bo Smith brought the idea with him to Kuna.
The Tribe we started this year. It is basically a mentorship program for our football team. Mainly our varsity football players are tasked with being a mentor to elementary school kids in the area that opted for it.
Each player has a buddy for the football season. The players write letters to their buddies.
There's a weekly exchange of letters.
And they go to their activities and cheer them on.
It's like Optimist games or piano recitals, anything, and support them. It's really cool seeing these guys like support their Tribe buddies.
My buddy is Mia. She's in 3rd grade. She's just a super energetic kid. She's very passionate about tons of different things. It's like she's one of the only girls in the Tribe, and despite that fact, she still loves it.
Connor also has a buddy on the team, linebacker Casey Neff.
He's just a cool dude, and I'm happy that he plays for Kuna.
The best part about being a part of the Tribe, the home football game.
After games, they get to run out the tunnel with us
We run with the football players out of the helmet.
and then stand with us for the national anthem and do all that stuff with us pregame.
They get a cool experience with like the smoke and the fireworks and everybody cheering.
Coach Smith knows how special this is for everyone.
It's a really awesome experience. You just kind of see with the athletes too, like they light up as well. Like just now, like coming out here, like seeing like these tribe kids come up and hug their buddies, and you see the big smile on their faces, like seeing that impact that they have on a little kid's life, I think brings so much growth to these guys. We've gotten great reception from parents about it. It's just another way to kind of grow our community.
It means a lot to Brody.
I get to create a legacy and that like I get to impact somebody's life.
And Coach Smith says this is just the beginning.
This is going to get bigger and better. We're going to get more participation. I'm going to get more football players to do this. Like my plans to have like hundreds of elementary school kids on our sideline, like just lining the whole field.
The tribe is truly making a difference in so many young lives in Kuna.
I love what's going on. Like I love Coach Bo and like all the things that he's brought to the program, and just I'm excited to see how things are going to turn out in the next few years after I leave.
Like main goal is just building our community. We're big on CUNA here.
7-0.
How awesome was that?
So there you go. I mean, he's making a big difference at
Yeah.
that school and in that community, right? A coach from out of state coming in. I'm sure a lot of people were nervous, like, what's this guy all about? And he's proven himself to be an incredible leader, someone that's bringing these boys together with these elementary kids, and they're just having the time of their lives.
I think that's an important distinction, that he, again, chose that community. He
Yes.
chose CUNA. He came here. Yeah, he's from out of state, but it's like, that's okay.
Yeah,
They're
a
still
lot of
good.
people are from out of state. They come here and they contribute in amazing ways.
I, moved to Meridian when it was 10,000 people.
Yes.
It's
Were they
100
pleased with you moving in?
I didn't let them know too
okay.
much. Just sort of
Okay.
just started showing up to
Yeah.
places.
Yes.
Now it's 110,000 people.
Yeah.
So
Huge.
yeah, it's been a lot of implants and people
Yes.
coming here, and there's a reason for that. And when they're doing good work like that, I mean, people need to be reminded about that as well. I do Growing Idaho every week, and people are like, "Oh, can you stop the growth? Do you want to shut down the growth?" It's like, well, no. Also, the majority of the people in this area have moved here. They're not from
Yes,
here. They're
exactly.
not natives.
And
So
that's a good point, too, is that we have so many newcomers to our area who don't know Channel 7, who don't know our legacy at this station, who don't know all the work we've done over the years to build community trust. So it's nice to have opportunities like this, JustIN.
the incredible history of
Yes,
this JustIN,
exactly.
they don't understand.
A brand new show that can highlight what we do, right, each day, and the legacy that we're continuing to build at Channel 7.
Yeah. What was it like to talk to that coach, those kids, the high school kids, but then also the kids they're mentoring?
Well, it's just incredible to see the community come together, right? I mean, it's just amazing. I mean, these kids, several moms messaged me about this program. They were thrilled about it. They wanted it to be told, the story.
Yeah.
And I think it might inspire other schools to do the same.
Fantastic.
Do the same kind of mentoring program.
And we talked about that a little bit on air as well.
Mm-hmm.
That it's CUNA High School, but it's that community's high school. It's
That
community's
football
team.
community, that team is playing on Friday night. The whole community is going to be there.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
what CUNA is all about. I mean, CUNA is a very tight-knit community, also growing, but
Yes.
everyone wants to be a part of that football team. That's their home team.
Yeah, and that's really the way it is still in some of the more rural areas. The way it was, say, with like Meridian High when they just had the one high school.
Yes.
Eagle High,
Eagle
still
High
that
School.
way. Yeah,
Yes, it is that
absolutely.
way.
People identify with
One
that.
town, one team.
Yes.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You should put that on a shirt or cross stitch it or something. That's a great saying. Was that from Friday Night Lights?
I think it's actually from Eagle. They
there you
they
go.
use that. They use that. But
Makes
yeah,
sense.
It's
That's
just,
why it sounded familiar.
Yeah, I mean, football in this community is a big deal in all of our towns and cities.
Yeah, it is. But it's more than just a sport. You
Oh,
know,
it is.
Yeah.
It's building these young boys into men, truly.
How much does this help you personally? Like, I know you have so much empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we're talking about, some of the sadder, the worst stories
Yes.
that we have to do in the morning,
do.
it clearly affects you. But doing something like this, how much does does that help?
Oh my gosh, it brings so much joy. You
Yeah.
know, back when I was a younger reporter, I covered a lot of crime,
Yeah.
health news, medical news, things that didn't really interest me as much as telling good news stories does, right? I kind of found my brand. I found what I love to do. It took a while, right? I wasn't sure exactly what direction my career was going in. But this is my career. This is what I've done. I tell these stories about heroes, about good things happening in our community. I also have a segment called Good News,
Yes.
where I post regularly on my Facebook page the good, happy things happening so they give people a little bit of joy. Because as we know, social media is so depressing sometimes, right?
I haven't noticed, yeah.
And we want to bring joy there too. I mean, that's a wonderful vehicle to bring joy. It hasn't always been a Debbie Downer place, right? So I try to infuse my page with as much good as I can. Of course, I have to report the actual news as well. And I also do that on our show in the mornings. I'll bring a little bit of good news. But yeah, it just makes me happy to do the Seventh Hero, to do the good news, because there is so much, I guess, what would you call it, trauma from being a news anchor? I mean, truly, because we see it all, we experience it all, we report on it all. And so being able to highlight the happy things does bring me a lot of joy. It's a nice balance.
Yeah. And we're certainly not first responders, but in many ways we're second responders.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I mean, you think about our first responders, though, and what they go through. We're
Absolutely.
just delivering the stories. Imagine being the person responding to the car accident, responding to the fire. These heroes in our community, our first responders, EMT, dispatch, firefighters.
Yeah.
I mean, I have the utmost respect for all of them. As you know, we've been on scenes with them. We see their emotions.
Yeah.
We see their tears.
Yeah.
They feel it all too. And it's amazing what they go through. I mean, like you said, it's a much lower scale for us, but we still have those moments of being impacted by what we're saying, what we're telling, what we're sharing. So, boy, our heroes in the community, we hand it to you. You're just incredible. All of our first responders.
Yeah. We've talked about it a little bit. Good news.
Yes.
What is that? Sort of a charcuterie board of like 7-0?
It is. Well, it's kind of like mini heroes or
There you go.
mini moments of joy, right? Or moments of happiness, or, a woman delivering a food box to her neighbor, or something small but meaningful, because even the tiny things are so important to remember. Like I said, we want people to know in this community all of the good things that are happening. And the way to do that is to showcase those little things that we never make it on the news. They don't make it on the news because they're not the top story, right?
Right.
And we want to make sure we pepper those in throughout the show so that people see, wow, this is my community. This is where I live. I'm so proud.
Yeah. But now it's making it on the news.
It is.
So people can see that. Do you
Yes.
think that, I hope that people might be seeing a 7-0 or a bit of good news, and maybe that's just sort of in the back of their head, and the next time they see someone where it's like, oh, I bet my neighbor needs the trash taken in, or maybe they're going through a hard time, maybe I'll cook them dinner, something like
Yes.
that, where it's like just seeing a need and being like, I'm going to help out.
We want it to inspire people, right? To keep that good going. And honestly, I started it during COVID because it was so depressing. We shut down everything. We were all at home except for me. I was here at the station every day with Larry Gebert, bless his soul. And we were just alone in there reporting all the numbers and the people who were sick and the scary news that we were all so unsure about, right? So I'm like, I'm going to start something called Good News where I just bring some good every day. And there was so much good happening during COVID.
Awesome.
People wanted to do good.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to showcase that. So that's where it started. And ever since, I've just kept it going.
Well, and so much of our job and so much of just being a human being is about connection, right?
is.
Connection, community, stuff like that. And COVID really was so tough on people. You want to talk about sort of secondhand trauma or trauma like that, just severing those connections that you
know.
had to from people just to try to stay alive.
Yeah.
That was rough. So that's incredible.
It's a blur, isn't it? I mean, when you look back, COVID
Yeah.
was just, it was so challenging. Kids home from school for months at a time.
Yes. Yeah.
And we were all just wondering what's going to happen next, and so much uncertainty. I'm so glad that's behind us.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Yeah.
permanently.
For the most part.
Yeah.
For the most
COVID's still going around.
Oh, yes, we're still getting COVID, unfortunately. We see it all the time. But hopefully it's not as severe. Hopefully people are vaccinated. Hopefully people are taking care of themselves.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite 7-0 or good news
Oh, gosh,
or
no.
any story like that?
I could not do that.
They're
Because
like your kids.
They
They're all
are,
your
because
favorite.
my 7-0s out in the community are watching right now. I mean, they know I connect to all of them. I stay in touch with almost everyone.
Wow.
Either on Facebook or through email, or they'll send me a card, or if I have a baby, they'll send me a gift. I mean, over the years, I'll meet people and they'll say, I was your 7-0 when I was 8 or whatever. And I'll be like, what? Okay. And I'll look it up and it's true. So I could not pick one. I
That
could
is
not.
amazing. Yeah. When I was just a little videographer here, I got to shoot a couple of those with you.
Yes,
They
yeah.
were so awesome. Yeah.
They're so special. And
So
shooting them
affirming.
is like the best part, because
Yeah.
you get to go out and just meet people, and they're the best people on earth. The best people on earth.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes when you're in news and you're a, photographer, videographer, reporter,
Yes.
whatever, and you show up to a scene, you're the last person they want to see.
That's for
but,
sure.
But say you're in sports like I was for a while, or you're there with Maggie O'Mara, it's like, oh, sweet. We get to do an awesome story with an awesome person.
She's coming in for the good stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here she comes to save the day.
Yes.
So how can people reach out with ideas for
Well, you can
Good
email
News or
me
7 Hero?
at
Okay.
momara@ktvb.com, or Facebook me, or you can reach us on X, on Instagram. I'm everywhere pretty much. So you can find me on social media, send me a message, or just send me an email here at the station. I would love to hear from you, and I would love to tell your story.
She actually would.
Yeah.
Before we go, real quick, talking
Yes.
about human connection. We had a story this morning on Wake Up Idaho. Don't miss it, 5 to 7 every
Yes,
morning. on
every morning we're
KTVB,
there for you.
Channel 7, on our segment where we sit on the couch and just talk about whatever. They have a new rule at the New Zealand airport where they're limiting hugs, goodbyes, to 3 minutes.
That's
Goodbye
right.
hugs. That's all you get.
I know, we thought that was so funny.
Also, who's giving a 3-minute hug?
Somebody in New Zealand, I guess. I mean, I have no idea, but we laughed so hard because they also said, for fonder farewells, move to the car park. What they mean, the parking lot? Go out there and hug for 10 minutes if you'd like. I guess they just had like a holdup of people hugging and saying goodbye and crying and stuff, and they just want you to get on with it.
Right. Instead of like moving the cell phone parking lot
Yes.
a mile away, they're like, no, just stop hugging. I guess that's a community New Zealand
I
didn't
mean,
know. They
I have-
they don't need good news.
I
They don't
have-
need 7-0. They all just love each other that much.
At the Boise Airport, I love it when there's like a missionary homecoming or
Yeah.
a military homecoming.
Yes.
I love seeing those things. I like the fond farewells.
Or the fond hellos,
Yes.
fond goodbyes.
Yes.
But also, yeah, let's keep it efficient out there, people. Keep it moving.
Keep things moving.
We got an international flight headed to Sydney here. You got to move. You got to go. Yeah.
Well, you should tell people every morning we do the morning brew on the couch.
Yes.
Or we're standing up where we chat about funny topics like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a little bit of levity in the show because, like we said, there's a lot of ups and downs. There's a lot of sad news, a lot of political news, a lot of tragedy. And we want to bring you a little bit of fun. So we have some fun with stuff like the fond farewell.
Maggie,
Yeah.
we're going to have a fond farewell right now. From the
Okay.
show. I
We
appreciate
can't have
you.
it be 3 minutes.
No, I appreciate you being on the second ever This Just
I know.
In
I'm so excited
on
about
KTV
this.
Plus.
And I can't
That's
wait to
awesome.
see what you do with it. It's going to be great.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to leech off of your popularity and really get this thing
Well,
popular.
I don't know if
So,
that's going to work for you.
I think-
I don't know if it's. I'm not that big of a deal. Okay.
You're a very big deal.
Oh no.
And
no.
you deserve it.
Oh,
Maggie O'Mara, thank you. Thank you for watching This Just In. We'll see you in a few days right here on KTVB Plus.